Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jules. Today we're going to do a very simple, no-nonsense approach to bullet journaling. Let's set up the month of October. Let's start very simply with supplies. Today I'm using a Lloydstrom A5 in an A5 folio from Chic Sparrow, a ruler, a Micron pen in the size 0.3, and a kneaded eraser. Not to worry, the hair is an added bonus. I've penciled everything in, so you'll be seeing that over the course of this video. If you want to see me pencil it all in from the beginning and then ink it all in at the end, feel free to ask and I will do that in the November spreads. I just did it this way because it's a little bit faster and easier. This works as both a welcome to the month spread as well as a chronologue of the month. So if anything happens during that month, I will highlight the date and then write the date on the side and then write what happened that day or what is going to happen that day. And you'll see an example of this from September pretty soon. Here it is. This is September. That's what I mean. Up next is a super simple habit tracker. I don't like doing anything super complicated. For me, if it's easy to use, then I'm actually going to use it. If there's too much noise, by that I mean like doodles or extra stuff like that, it just gets in the way for me and I don't use it. For this habit tracker, I am tracking the progress I'm making in writing my children's book and illustrating it as well. I am tracking my chores and whether I have been cleaning or not. I am tracking my comic process. So there's a comic that I update to weekly and I'm making sure that I am working towards that so I don't burn myself out. I'm also tracking my exercise, which is why I wrote walking or walk, because I want to walk on the treadmill and stay healthy. I'm tracking how much I'm reading. I try to make sure that I read from my Bible every day, so if I am able to do that and track that habit, that's great. And then I am starting a women's Bible study group, so I'm trying to make sure that I am studying very in-depth places in the Bible, so I'm going to be tracking that as well. These habit trackers do tend to take a little while to make, but I feel like they're a labor of love and they're worth it in the end. Also, there's not too much clutter anywhere. All that you're going to see by the end of the month is maybe something pretty close to blacked out. I am expecting some white areas as well because there are some things I just can't do every day, and that's okay. And I'm not expected to do everything every day. The page after this one is going to be a goals page for those habits, because I think if you have goals for yourself that are realistic and attainable and all of that stuff, they have to be smart, then you're more likely to follow through on your habits. So these two pages go hand in hand. While I was making this habit tracker, I made an extra space that is just blank for now. I haven't decided what I want to track in that space. I might just leave it blank for the month of October, or maybe later in the month I'll come up with something that I do want to track and I will start tracking it that day. I also left a blank spot on my goals page, so that way if I do want to have a new goal or a new habit, then I can easily make a goal for that habit. And it's just very easy, very simple, very open, nothing too crazy. How I would generally use the goals page is I would set it up like you're seeing here, and then I would write out in one sentence what my goal is. For example, book, I want to illustrate one children's book page every week, and that would be my goal that I would write down. It doesn't have to be every week. Another thing that I could do in my read box, I would put read one chapter of the Bible every day. And that would be my simple goal that I would go for. Or if I wanted to do it on a weekly basis, read one book of the Bible every week. That would also be a goal that I would have. So that's generally how I would do it. I like to keep things very simple, as you can clearly tell by the number of times I've said simple so far. My TikTok goal is to post one new video every day. I've been able to do it so far since making a tracker like this, and that's very exciting. Sometimes I'll take a break though, and that's okay to take a break. So this page is a page that I wanted to do as a note from September, so I'm doing it here in October. And this is a study highlight page because on Pinterest I see examples of like a highlight of the day type of page or spread. That's what they're called in bullet journaling. So I wanted to do a today I learned page, so that way while I'm reading my Bible and something sticks out to me, I can just write it down and it's all in one place. And by the end of the month, there's a lot of things that I have taken out in my learning and in my reading. So that is something that I'm pretty excited about. That's the only really extra type of page spread that I've done. I gotta start correcting myself because it's supposed to be spread, you know? It's a better word than page in my opinion. So I have kept this again super simple, no highlighter, no nothing, no Tombow pens, even though I do have Tombow pens. I just wanted to keep it easy and no clutter, because I have enough clutter going on in my brain. I don't need it on the page. The point is to not have it in anywhere in my vicinity. This next spread is a reflection spread, and it is a place where I can put down notes that I would like to change and adjust for the next month's spreads. So if I want to change anything, then that's what I would do. These are my weekly spreads. I do them all in the exact same way, and I only use one page for a week. And it's just easy for me because then I don't have to constantly be writing things down over and over again. I like having a rolling weekly checklist that I do throughout the week, because then it's not like I have a huge due date. As long as it gets done in that week, I'm happy. I don't need it to be done on Monday or things to do on Wednesday. I just like it like this. If I was still a student, I probably wouldn't set things up like this. If I was still a student, I would do an entire week on 2 spreads, and I would want time involved somewhere, probably along the edge of it, so that way I could very easily block out when am I studying, when are my classes, all of that stuff. But I'm not a student anymore, so that's not something I have to worry about. If you are a student or you would like to see some different types of weekly spreads, let me know and I would be happy to give them a try and show you how I would set those up, so that way you can set them up too. I just set things up in a way that works best for me and my brain. Last month, for the month of September, I did a 5-day week, and I really wanted 6 days because I like being able to track the things that I do on Saturday as well. I don't track Sunday because Sundays are for Jesus, so the rest of the week is good for me to track things and when I do what. So these are the spreads that I did for the month of October. I almost said September, but these are the spreads that we've got. If you have any ideas or feedback that you would like to give me for this video, the best way you can do that is by commenting or leaving a like to let me know that you do like this content. I believe bullet journaling should be easy, usable, and attainable, so that is my goal when I make my spreads. It's to help me and hopefully to help you too. Happy bullet journaling, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!